My name is Rosina. I'm a banker, I'm a biker, an event planner. I let one out. Salsa dancer. Let's go again, don't worry. Hello, once again, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Salsarozie, and today I'm going to discuss something that's so difficult, but it has to be said. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in relationships. You said yes, or you chased the girl, and then the girl said yes. But just a little while into the relationship, you realize that this is not exactly what I wanted. This is not exactly what I bargained for. This is not what I was expecting from the relationship. So what happens? What happens is that you start feeling low, you start feeling down, you start feeling unfulfilled, you start feeling like you want out of this relationship. Now, trust me, once you start feeling that, what do? Now, basically what I'm discussing today is, if you're in a relationship and you want out, what do you do? Number one, do yourself a favor and be truthful with yourself that you really want out of the relationship. See, once you get into the relationship, I think within a couple of months, you know whether this relationship is going somewhere or not. Why not give up 3 months for 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years? Because I see people saying things like, yes, I dated him for 8 years and then he left me. I dated her for 10 years and the next thing I knew, she went and married somebody else. Half the time, just when we are in the relationship, we know from the word go whether we want that relationship to be a committed one or not. So the moment you realize that this relationship is not one I want to commit to, be truthful with yourself and get out. Do not waste any more time, because you are better off wasting somebody's 6 months than wasting somebody's 6 years. And trust me, the person would respect you for wasting 6 months instead of 6 years. Number two, you want to get out of a relationship that you're in. Be very respectful how you do it. Now, breakups have never been easy. Breakups are very tough, because most of the time we put ourselves in the shoes of the one being broken up with. How would they feel? Now, sometimes what people do is that they actually go into the opposite gear to try and disrespect the other party, to try and make the other party look all wrong, look for something or manufacture something. Trust me, no one is perfect. So if you want to see something wrong about somebody, you can see it. But it is not cool to break up with somebody disrespectfully, making the person feel all wrong and all bad. Be truthful with the person that, look, I'm in this relationship, I'm not feeling fulfilled, you're a wonderful person, and it's just not for me, and that's it. So be very respectful how you break up with somebody, because you know what goes around comes around. Sometimes you don't know where you're going to meet people next. You don't know how you're going to meet somebody who would have to impact your business, impact your job. So it's important how you break up with people. Don't just break up with people, hurt their feelings, say very hurtful things. You know, let me give you a story. So there was a time, when I was in school, I've always been as versatile as I am now, okay? I was a salsa dancer, I was a science student, I was a host at a radio station, the school radio station. I was doing all of that. I was very versatile. And I was dating a gentleman. And the reason for the gentleman breaking up with me was that, well, after school, he sees himself working in a corporate institution. And he thinks he needed a woman who can fit the corporate identity. And for that reason, he thinks his mother and his father will not accept me because he doesn't think I can survive in the corporate world. And guess what? I've been in the corporate world for almost 2 decades. Who's laughing now? But at that point, that thing was so hurtful, it was so painful, because for somebody who could dine with kings and still dance with my peers, it felt so painful. Like I felt like I was being discredited as a human being, and that really hurt me a lot. But what I'll give to him is that as soon as he realized that the relationship was not meant to be, he went ahead and quickly broke it off, and that's where he earns my respect, but not for how he did it or what he said. Okay, so when you're breaking up with somebody, be very respectful about it. The aim is to just break up. It's not to disrespect the other person. Number 3, You want to break up with somebody? Don't give mixed signals. Now, this one is usually the men who are at fault. Trust me. When they break up with you, instead of breaking up with you, they still want to care for you. They still want to take care of you. They still want to be there for you. Now, when you keep doing these things, especially to women, you give them mixed signals. And these mixed signals, it doesn't augur well, especially for the party that you are breaking up with. Someone will think that I'm mean, but I'm not being mean. Listen, we are women. Sometimes how a man treats you relates with you. If I can call you every time, if I can tell you anything I want to tell you, I can put my burdens on you and I know that you have a solution for me. Those are mixed signals you are giving me. So even though your mouth is saying let's break up, your actions are saying that I rather want to be with you and this breakup is not coming from me. So it's important that when you want to break up with somebody, don't give mixed signals. Don't show love, don't show care, don't show extreme affection. Don't do all of that and still claim you're breaking up with the person, because the person will find it difficult to move on, because the person is still getting everything they want in a relationship from you, just without the title of being a girlfriend or being a boyfriend. So they'll find it very difficult to move on. And this ties into my next point, which says that, look, when you are severing the ties, make sure it is clean. I would recommend, especially for breakups that are not mutual, I would recommend a break in communication. It's very important. I would recommend a break in communication. Now, when you keep communicating with the person gets signals as though the breakup was not your true intention. You were probably pushed. You probably met somebody and thought that person was a better option. Or you were probably just putting them to a test to see whether they would wait for you or, Once you keep communicating, you leave the channels open. It creates confusion. And it gets very difficult for the other party to move on. So it's important that the break is severed. Look, check this. Imagine I work for a company, okay? And I tender in my resignation. I moved to a different company, and yet I'm still working for my previous company. How does that look like? It doesn't look good. Now, the previous company that you resigned from, no longer paying you for your services, and yet you're always going there, always being seen around there, always hovering around there. What are they going to think of you? They're going to think that if you had the least opportunity, they bet you're going to come back and work for them again. And that's how the relationship is like. So when you don't sever the ties, you don't have a break in communication, especially for breakups that are not mutual, problematic breakups. It's important that you sever ties. So the other party knows that the breakup is indeed coming from you. It was your decision not to be with them. Now, in the beginning, the other party will be hurt, the other party would be angry, will go through all these emotions, but you'll be doing them a favor in that you'd help them be able to move on. And when they finally move on, later on in life, you guys can actually become friends, good friends in fact, no emotions, no sabotage, nothing, because the other party is going to thank you for releasing them the way you did, enough for them to also find people that they are happy with. And the last but not the least, okay, when you are in a relationship and you want out. Gentlemen, ladies, you don't owe anybody an explanation. When you were chasing, when you were hunting, when you were accepting, you were not giving people explanations. Why do you want to give an explanation to people why you break up? Now, the tendency to do that, you realize that you end up saying horrible things. Because listen, if I tell my friend that, Kofi broke up with me. Oh, why? What happened? Now, you can't say pleasant things about Kofi and say, upon all these pleasant things, I just felt he wasn't for me and I decided to break up with him. Nah. Or Amma broke up with me. Oh, why? Oh, you can't say very sweet things about Amma and finally say that, she's so sweet, she's the world's best thing since sliced bread, but I just had to break up with her. No. You're going to manufacture horrible things. You are going to amplify things that are very minor. Maybe you didn't even worry, but you're going to amplify it. And you know, the way the human system works, when you start talking bad about people to other people, sometimes it's only a matter of time. And then it gets to them. Or it gets to same circles of people who know all of you. And if it is not true, then it makes you look bad. You lose credibility. You lose the opportunity to even become friends with the person ever again. So be very careful. When you break up with somebody asks you, why have you broken up with the person? Well, we got into it. It wasn't working, and yeah, we were broken up. Oh yeah, it just happened. I went to the supermarket. There were oranges and apples. Well, they are both fruits. They are both cool, but I think I'll go on with the apples and oranges. And vice versa. When people break up with you, listen, I had a very painful breakup some time back. Very painful breakup. But hey, the gentleman called me to apologize, and all I said was that, look, you went to the supermarket. There were oranges and apples. You chose one. Stick to your decision. That's all I would require from you. Just stick to your decision. And know that this lady who chose to be with you because she really wants to be with you. So don't do that to her. And that was it. And I just turned around and left. And guess what? Less than 6 months down the line, the gentleman called me to thank me for what I had done, because he didn't imagine that I would take such a step to do what I did. So it's important that when you break up with people or you are broken up with, it's pointless going to spread false news or bad news about them just because you're broken up. Keep your integrity and make sure you keep the integrity of the partner you were with, because whilst you were with them, I think there was something good that you enjoyed. So there you have it. You're in a relationship, something just doesn't seem right, or you think this is not for you and you want out. These are ways you can get out. Know that you sever the ties completely and still have the opportunity to have a civil relationship with the other partner. Once again, this has been salsarozie. I hope you enjoyed my tips. Once again, next episode, something more exciting coming. Stay tuned. Bye. If you do like this, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification button so that you can get more of this content every week. Thank you. Or every day, whatever. Is it okay? Okay. Salsarozie.